Yo, what's up? So right now, 6 o'clock in the morning, but I wanted to show why I took this trade and made $150 in my sleep. So let me share my screen for you guys and explain to you what happened and why I took this trade. Okay. So as you guys can see, this is my live account. This is where I'm at right here. Um, this was a small account. I only had about $67 in it, and I turned this into, obviously 219. Um, but you guys can see right here, $152. Okay, I took this trade last night, and my lot size was 40 cent, and the currency pair was Euro USD. Okay, so let me explain to you guys why I took this trade last night. All right, so let me go to, hold on a second, let me move this out the way so you guys can actually see what I did and why I did it. So, um, hold on. Okay. So, if we're looking at this chart, okay, I'm looking at the H4. And last night I was actually on a phone call with one of my mentors, and we was just talking about, the important things about the Forex market, what to look for, what is the support and resistance lines, why to use horizontal lines and stuff like that. So as you guys can tell, hold on, let me zoom out. So as you guys can tell, I drew a horizontal line, right? So this horizontal line here, actually, I put it on where it was touching. So people talk about a support, resistance, and trend line. So one thing to keep in mind whenever you're drawing a horizontal line is you want to place your horizontal line where it's been touching. Okay. To kind of analyze the market, you want to use H4 or D1, which is the daily. And I potentially like to do the H4. So what I did was I drew a horizontal line on where it was touching since, I don't know, was it June 15, I believe? I think the last time it's actually shot above my horizontal line was between June 9th and June 11th, as you guys can see down here, okay? So what I did was I watched it as it kept trying to break through, right? And as time goes by, as you guys can tell, it was stagnant here. Now let's look at the moving averages, okay? This is my 50, and then this is my 200. So last night, before we called this trade, we actually predicted for it to try to come touch the moving average, and then it's going to potentially shoot back up, okay? But as you guys can tell, looking at the support and resistance line that I have, or the horizontal line that I have, it has never broke this, okay? So what it's going to potentially do is continue the cycle. Like I said, it's been doing this for almost the last month. Um, I mean, for a whole month. So that's why I drew this horizontal line. As you guys can see here, between June 9th and June 11th, it broke through, and then it came back down, right? And then it tried to break through again, but then it came back down, and then tried to break through again, and then it came back down. So as you guys can tell, it's just been stagnant in this area, hugging the 50 moving average. Okay. And then it finally tried to break away from the 50 moving average here recently, but then it retested, it tried to shoot past it, and then it shot back down, right? And that's how I knew. And just to put it in simple terms, I actually just seen it kind of forming an M. This isn't a perfect M pattern, but um, if you watch it, if you look at it here, watch my mouse, and then here, stagnant, and then it comes down. Potentially on the M's and W strategy, you want to trade the second leg. this right here would be considered the second leg. Even though it's only 2 red candlesticks, this would be the second leg of the M. Okay, so strike one reason why I took it to backtrack is I drew my horizontal line here, so it touched here because it tried to break through and it did it, and it was stagnant here. Then it tried to break through again and it did it, and I predicted or projected that it would continue to go back down and do it all over again. Okay, so as you guys can tell, this wick here indicates that it tried to break through, but it did not. So once we've seen this, we've seen it be stagnant here, and then last night, potentially, I think this was 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock or something like that. I said, okay, if this next candlestick here starts out underneath it, then I'm going to place a sell and ride it out. And as you guys can tell, that's where we made the $152. Okay, so yeah, that's what we did. Let me go to, let me see. Let me actually share this on my phone as well, so you guys can maybe understand kind of why I took this trade as well. Just to backtrack, it was just because of my horizontal lines. It tried to push through. Like I said, it's been trying to push through for, like I said, since last month, and it has yet to break this cycle. So that's kind of how we knew. Let me show you guys where we called it in our group. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. This is one of those deals where um, we're just watching the market, guys, and you just kind of predict what it's going to do. You know, that's the biggest thing for Forex traders, right? Um, Hold on, give me 1 second. Having technical difficulties here. So, all right, let me share my screen with you guys so you guys can see where we actually took this trade, okay? And where we called this trade, okay? Let me share my screen. So, this is my group, right? And bam, here you go. So, me and my buddy, my partner, Tanner, and my wife both agreed that this would do this, okay? This is the beforehand. You guys can see this is the beforehand. This is what I seen. This is what we seen. Like I said, it's not the perfect M, but this is what kind of we knew and we projected that it would come down here. And see, this is the moving average here, so we knew we'd try to touch it and then retest and go back up. Okay, so that's what it looked like before. And as you guys can tell, we're really accurate in this new group. And then give me 1 second. I don't see where that chart is at to show y'all it did what it actually did. But anyways, so we predicted this, and that's kind of why, guys. I mean, the M was there. It kept trying to push through, and it kept resisting. It kept retesting. So that's ultimately why we took this trade. Okay, let me show you guys one last thing, and I'll hop off here because I got to get ready and go get the kids and all. So let me go to my MetaTrader 4 app. As you guys can tell, this is real. Another reason I do this is to show you guys I really didn't make this money. This is a real account, okay? It's a real account, okay? So let's go to Euro USD. Hold on. Quotes, Euro USD. H4, and bam, there it goes, guys. You guys can tell, this is what it looks like on the cell phone. I didn't use the RSI on this. I didn't use the alligator. I predominantly just use my horizontal line, and I've seen that it's been trying to break through. for quite some time, and it never did. Okay, and I seen the M as well, so I placed this trade and made my money. Okay. Um, Hopefully you guys kind of understand a little bit. I broke down as much as I could. Um, One of the biggest thing I tell you guys is you definitely need to make sure that you are setting your horizontal lines. That's the biggest deal. Okay. So if you see it touching, so a rule of thumb, if it touches 3 times, then it's going to potentially either go down or they go up. So from June 15th to July 7th, you guys see that? Try to touch, right? Try to break through, touch the line, came down, and look, it came back and touched the moving average. You try to go back above the moving average. Then it came back down. You see it touch, it tried to break through again. It tried to, and it didn't work. So it came back down, and it was stagnant here. Then it tried to break through again, and obviously it didn't. So it broke back down again, came back down again. So that's how we knew, guys. That's ultimately how we knew. It's been trying to break through from what's the date's July 9th through today. So that's ultimately how we knew we was going to place a sell on this trade. Um, One other thing before I get off of here, if you look at my shark out of the water method, my shark came out of the water here, and then it stagnant here, and then it drops. Okay, so that's another indication that we use, another strategy that we use, and that's kind of how I knew it was going to do what as predicted. But anyways, hopefully this is very informative. Um, Overall, just know the support and resistance. Make sure you set your horizontal lines the correct way, and we look for an M or a double top, whatever you guys call it. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, y'all have a blessed day. If you want more videos like this, you want me to explain it more, just reach out to me. But other than that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.